The last picture in the back is Steve Smith. And he's all dressed up, bow tie and suit, and clean shaven and everything. They wanted me to dress up like him. I said, why don't y'all just be you and let me be me? I'm not going to sing any better. Well, they just, you know, we're the new owners of this place. If you're not going to do it, then you can't come in here no more. Just arseholes, if you will. So I quit going. But I played there for years. I've been a bouncer, bartender. Yeah. I met Hank Jr. Hank Jr.'s son, Shelton. I can tell you a story about the time I never met Hank Jr. He was playing at the Ryman. He was doing a video there. It was closed to the public. And it was November. It was raining, snowing, sleeting, all at the same time. So I parked my van right there in the Ryman Alley where I could see. That's before the entrance. They made a new entrance on 4th Avenue. This is when they had the old entrance, or the original entrance, on 5th Avenue. And so I read the paper avidly. They had the Tennessean and the Nashville Banner, and I saw where he's going to be doing a video there. I had all his tapes. I love his music. And his daddy, too. I got all of Hank's songs, a complete everything. And so they pulled his bus up there, and I'm watching them. They're getting everything out of the bus, loading everything in. There's one guy standing out there. He seemed to be the supervisor, directing all the roadies. And there's unloading the bus there on the bottom of the bus, you see. And I've been sitting in that van for the longest time. And I thought, well, I'm not going to bother him when he goes in. I'll wait till he comes out. He'll probably have more time. Won't be under no pressure. So I see him starting to unload. And I mean, I'm standing out there just like this, cold and wet in my hair, and it was. So I waited and waited. So the guy that seemed to be supervising everything, he walks up and, well, while I was waiting, I had to take a leak. So I went in and took a leak, and I came back down, standing there. And this guy, he walks up and he said, "Are you with the crew?" I said, "No, I'm waiting to meet Hank Jr. All I want to do is just shake his hand, tell him I love his music, and I'll be on my way." He said, "Well, he's already on the bus." I said, "Oh my, he must have went on the bus while I went and took the leak." He said, "You wait right here, I'll be right back. You've been out here a long time. I can see you're cold." I said, "Okay, you'll do that?" He says, "Yeah." So he went on the bus. He come back off the bus. And as he's going back into Ryman, and they're taking everything out of the Ryman, putting it up, and he gives me, "1 minute, just wait a minute." I said, "Oh, okay." So Hank Jr., he comes to the door, looks me up and down like this, and goes like that, and walks back and sits on his bus. That's a true story.
That was Hank Williams Jr.?
Yes. But now I knowed Hank Williams Jr.'s son, who looks just like Hank Sr. Long, lanky, you know, except he got a ponytail down to his hind end, and each one of them braids is as big around as my face. And we used to hang out together, and I told him that story. He said, "Don't feel bad, Jule. He don't like me either, and I'm his son." Yeah. So So I wouldn't walk across the street if he was over there right now giving a free autograph. He's about the only one. Him and Stella Parton, she wasn't very nice. Real snooty.
Who?
Dolly's sister, Stella. She was doing something there at Tootsies. And the guy that owned Tootsies at the time, Robert Moyes, said, Jule, you just kind of keep an eye on her. Don't let nobody bother her or nothing like that. I said, okay. So everywhere she went, I kept my distance, but I kept my eye peeled, you know, Dolly's sister. So she went to Robert and said, that guy's stalking me. I said, no, I assigned him to watch out for you. He's okay. But she was real snooty. And Lori Morgan, she was doing a promo over to Ryman, and it was raining and raining. But I went anyway. And here's all these people. Now, her daddy, George Morgan, played steel guitar on the Ryman stage for years. Here's all these old people coming up and says, I knowed your dad. Boy, I mean, she was just all that in a bag of chips, too. She just was real up about it. I didn't stick it out. I went right back out in the rain. I don't want to listen to her. She gonna treat them people like that. So shit didn't stink, but her farts gave her away, you know.
Walmart the other night.
And I'm about the only two. Got to do a video with Christopherson there at Tootsies. And so he said, you got to sign this here release form. We can use your image. I said, all right. I said, I want you to sign one too. He said, well, I don't have to. I'm the artist. I said, I want you to do it for me because if I tell my friends I was in the video with Chris Christopherson, they ain't going to believe me. But if I show them this piece of paper, they will. I wished I still had it.